All right, next we have Love Murder One. Now I don't know, maybe I have the orders wrong here. Not exactly sure. I actually changed up the order a bit to where I go like Disappearing Act, Love Murder One, and then go straight into Bad Man because the songs have sort of this similar pop feel, and I like listening to them back to back like a really large progressive song. And then I toss Our Love at the end as like a period to the uh, the whole album. So if I get the order wrong here a little bit, I apologize. But Love Murder One. Um, Again, this was sort of a little bit like Shoulders, I think, where they were. I think Claudio was having an argument with his wife, and and you can hear it somewhat in the lyrics, like don't stop throwing stones, you're going to break this glass house, and they were all in it together again during the pandemic or whatever. So it's kind of interesting to see those personal stories come into these as opposed to just the lore. So yeah, let's take a listen.
If you see me bleeding, leave me alone. Don't want you in my world throwing stones. This glass house isn't yours to comb, so we're done. Game's over, love, murder, wow.
So yeah, that little auto tune part, I made a version of it just without that. I mean, it's an opinion. I think the drop off at the start there is a little bit different than the other ones where it's usually the transition. I think he goes back into it again and they bring it up, which is kind of cool, but it didn't seem to change anything. I like going from disappearing. I can punch right into this here instead of softening it up, and that's one of the other reasons why I cut that out in my edit.
Have we come to an
I
understanding?
love the bass and the drums here are just awesome. Just the sort of the heaviness of it's super cool, and his tone of his voice is awesome too.
Let's agree to disagree. Circumventing resolutions, and all they seem to lack can keep us coming
The
back.
rolling drums there are awesome.
Oh, when I drink from your cauldron, I see through your witching eyes. The more it reveals that we're broken in a love not meant to last, it only lives to die. If you see me bleeding, leave me alone. Don't want you in my world throwing stones. This glass house isn't yours to own, so we're done. Game's over, love, murder, one.
I actually think that's one of the catchiest choruses on the entire album. Actually, I absolutely love that chorus. Something about it, it kind of it's reminiscent of the Good Apollo songs. I don't know a specific one. I can't seem to pinpoint it, but it's got this sort of almost like the O's that he does in some of the songs, and kind of the rolling voice. But he's got a little lower tone too. That's kind of reminiscent of Good Apollo Volume One.
I'll confess what your heart is feeling in a hallmark card of your fears.
So the softness of his voice, I could see that sounding kind of like The Weekend, but it also has sort of the tone of the demo version of All on Fire. You can hear he does this really sort of soft, sort of relaxed, almost stretchiness of the voice there. Uh, that's kind of interesting.
Tonight, you make your toast, go to better days when all that seems so right. I hear your heartbeat thumping, screaming, honey, don't let me go.
Love the way it's like heartbeat thumping and the drums are thumping like a heartbeat. Super cool.
I know you're up to something. I know you wanna stay, but I'm already. If you see me bleeding, leave me alone. Don't want you in my world throwing stones. This glass house isn't yours to own, so we're done. Game's over, love, murder, wild. If you see me, believe me, it's killing me slow. Don't care to live in this world anymore. Lights out, how do you call this fun? We're done. Game over, love, murder, one.
Amazing that chorus, how you could sing it at different like ranges and heights and move it all around. It still sounds cool no matter how Claudio kind of uses the voice in there. I don't know what the fuck this is. He's got the microphone like distortion, but he also put like a pillow over his face and smothering himself. And it's kind of robotic as well. It's kind of cool though. I kept this one in. I actually removed the clear sort of auto tune thing that comes here right after, and I kept this because it kind of reminded me a little bit of like Delirium Trigger or something where they got the sort of soft vocals, or like maybe the Running Free when he's like in the washer for the video version where they muffle the voice. Anyway, it's cool.
Leave me alone. Don't want you in my world throwing stones. This glass house isn't yours to come. Oh, we're done. The game's over, love, murder, war. If you see me, believe me, it's killing me slow. Don't wanna live in this world anymore. Lights out, how do you call this fun? Oh, we're done. Game over, love, murder, war.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely it has that sort of good Apollo 4 kind of feel again. But yeah, it had a little bit of the good Apollo sound to it. But yeah, it's just my opinion. I don't think it needed the auto tune sections there that sort of change the pace. So I just tossed that out, and I felt like it works pretty well. Yeah, I think this falls right behind a Disappearing Act, or maybe just a little better. I think Disappearing Act has a little bit more going on, a little bit more interest, but the chorus is significantly better in Love Murder One, in my opinion, and it has that sort of classic sound to them. Also, the drums are super cool. So yeah, this was a tough one to sort of rank, but I think these fall just behind the more sort of punk, fast paced of Comatose, and the sort of triumphant intro track of Beautiful Losers. I think these just kind of trickle down just slightly in the A category there.